Hi, welcome back to I'm Just Here. I'm your host, Reese Baker. I'm back, y'all. I'm joined here by Nicholas and a returning face, DX. And today we're going to be talking about love from a single perspective. So I'm just going to dive in to the first question of deep affections, which is, can cheating be forgiven? Like if somebody cheats on you.
Yes, I think cheating can be forgiven. It won't be forgotten, but it can be forgiven. It just depends, like how much you truly love your partner and how much your partner is willing to accept the accountability of what they did for. I don't condone cheating at all, and the fact that my partner thought about went to those great lengths, knowing that they're with me and they still did it. But I feel like a lot of compromise and acceptance and accountability. I think you could definitely move past it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm in total agreement. There's a song by Rick Ross and Jasmine Sullivan called "Outlaws," and on the song, she goes, "If I'm choosing to forget it, why can't they just mind their business?"
Yeah,
and I really connected with that because if people really commit to a relationship through thick and thin, do for better or for worse. I mean, that's the worst part, and people usually leave on that part without talking about it or discussing it, but. I ain't gonna say that I want to be cheated on, but if I really love somebody and she cheated on me, I would have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be so quick to just dip.
Because women cheat too.
Yeah.
Everybody cheats, honestly.
I think it's an equal amount. I don't think nobody
cheats more than the other. No. But my second question is, can college make or break a relationship if it is long distance? Or on the other side of that, if you and your partner do go to the same school?
Absolutely.
Oh my God. I couldn't even tell y'all about a relationship I've seen that just went down the drain.
That's what I was going to say.
College. But with that, there's a lot of factors in it. Mm-hmm. Let's say you are long distance, right? If you've never practiced long distance before, that's going to be hard. Because in college, you're meeting 3 times the amount of people you went to high school with. I know that I am. And there's a lot of new faces, especially from a guy's perspective. Like, the guy-to-girl ratio here, it's 6,000 girls, it's 2,000 guys.
Oh,
there's a lot of pretty women that roam around this campus.
That's true.
And I'm not saying, first thing that catches your eye, boom. But, you keep seeing enough and they keep coming to you. And, let's say you and your girl are having problems or vice versa, you and your man are having problems. It can be hard when somebody else who's at 5 minutes or who lives downstairs is giving you all the attention in the world. Mm-hmm. And so, but it's work, like you said, you could work through it, but it takes a lot for somebody to actually
Mm-hmm. I dated a girl that was going to college, and I already knew, how it's funny how people compromise to stay together when it comes to college. Some people say, well, you can have your fun while you're in college, but when you graduate, we get back together. And, you never know what's going to happen. So I think those type of situations, it's really a waste of time. And to be honest with you, I mean, I got an unpopular opinion. I think relationships in general is a waste of time at this point.
Dang, why? Why you say that?
So for guys, I mean, they thinking about a girl, but I say, all right, a relationship's either going to end in two ways. They're either going to get married or they're going to break up. Mm-hmm. If you can't see yourself marrying this person, then you're going to end up breaking up with them.
That's true.
So you should be looking to marry them or just to focus on yourself. And if you're looking to be married, you got to look for some good money options.
And he's not, and for everybody who's misunderstanding, he's not saying everybody should get married tomorrow.
No, I'm not saying that.
He's not what he said.
I'm saying prepare.
But the steps, you should always be improving. You should always be growing.
True.
And if you're not improving or growing to reach to that step, then like you said, the relationship's just not going to work. Both, I hate the 50-50. No, it should be 100-100 at all times. Yeah. If you give your 100%, I give my 100%, then I feel like there should be no wrong. My dad always tells me, grass never struggles to grow when it's nurtured right.
Mm.
Yeah.
And so if you put all the right things in a relationship, a really big thing that just hit me is trust. Relationship in college is all about trust. I need to know that if I have to ask you a lot of questions or if I'm suspicious, got to go through your phone, got to do a lot of hoops to make me believe that you are a good person,
right?
Then it's not a good fit at all.
Yeah. If you don't have that trust and that support there, I also feel like it has something to part and play with communication. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like
say it again for the people in the back. I heard you on that one.
Yeah, communication is a big factor. I think we don't know how to communicate with each other in a healthy way. We'd rather be toxic than to communicate. And I just feel like that's not a good way of thinking about it. It's a way to communicate your feelings.
Right.
But some of us don't know how to express our feelings. I will say for me, I don't know how to express my feelings. But when I'm with somebody, I can close that wall down. Okay, this is how I'm feeling about this. This is why we're not talking. This is, it's not that I don't care about you. It's I have other things. Because college is a lot. So it's just like communicating that and also telling your person about your schedule. Like, I feel like that's a big thing you have to do, especially when you're doing it long distance.
Right.
So,
and unpopular opinion, a lot of people are getting into relationships, and I was in relationships up until this point since I was 12, 12, 13. But the one thing we really ain't practicing is how to have friendships.
That's true.
Because if people don't really know how to be polite or how to be considerate, because that'll take a big effect on the business relationships you have. Relationships is just bigger than the affection part, and college is a great place to practice that. It's a skill. The people skills is a skill.
Yeah, people don't know how to be friends.
Like, everybody's learning how to be an adult. And back to your communication thing, I mean, be like toxic, and this is, mind you, everybody's just not learning how to become an adult. But communication, you're learning how to express. Like, if you want this, if you truly wanted something, ask. Because you may never know. You may never know what that person might say, what that person might do. People are so scared of rejection, or, oh, this could go wrong, and this is, or what if it goes right? What if everything does work out in your favor? Do you ever plan for that? Do you ever plan steps ahead? So communication, like you said, making sure your schedules align and trust. I think like those are like the three biggest things.
Yeah. Is being clingy a red flag? Because I don't know, like me.
That's very. Can you be like a little more?
Like, okay, so I don't know if y'all seen, but like the people that are just, I don't know, maybe it has to play with their love language, but they're very like touchy feely. Like, they want to be around you. Would you guys want to be with somebody that just like wants to be in your skin 24/7? Because I know there's some people that are like, no, just don't. Okay, we can have physical touch, but I don't want to be touched every time you see me.
Like me, I love hugs. Like I'm a type of person that hugs. Like I like physical touch. Like with the person I'm messing with, 24/7. I'm gonna say no because I feel like that's not a good healthy balance.
Yeah.
Cause then you could assume, oh, maybe she don't really like me. Maybe she just like likes me for my body, or like she just likes me because I look good, like the image or thing. So physical touch is perfectly fine. Being clingy is perfectly fine. It becomes a problem when you don't have a balance. When that's all you do, when that's all you think about, and it kind of makes it seem like you don't really like me for me.
You just want somebody there.
You just want somebody. I feel like I'm filling a void for you.
Yeah.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was just gonna say, yeah, it has to be a balance. It got to definitely be a balance. And I'm a touchy person, but I would like a balance because I remember I had a girl and she would I'd just be doing homework. She just hold my face and I'm like, why are you touching me? Like, just calm down. I'm busy. I'm doing something. There's a time and place for everything.
Yeah, I think it's about time and place for sure. Because I will say, I'm not a big physical touch person, but it's like, I don't like people touching me unnecessarily. If you're going to touch me, okay, cool, we can hug. But you want to be around me 24/7. Or even clingy to the simple fact of they text you every time, or like you guys don't have space for me. Yeah, overbearing, or like you guys don't have space to just be individuals. It's just a lot of people in relationships that are with that person, but they don't know how to be.
They just have no boundaries
with themselves. So it's just like, I feel like it also takes precedence when it comes to time too. Like, giving all that person your attention is cool, but you guys know have space from each other. Space is not a bad thing. I feel like
they say distance makes the heart grow fond.
Yeah.
You love someone more the less you're around them because you're looking forward to seeing them again.
Or talking to them.
Yeah, he just dropped the ball right there, guys. Y'all gotta hear that one again. Y'all gotta hear that one again.
And it might be better for someone to not be in college with a person that they're in a relationship with. If than to say to work so hard to get them into college with you or something like that. It'll work on your strength too. as far as resisting other people, being loyal, work on your loyalty. It's a lot of opportunities there.
Yeah. What is an automatic red flag for you guys? As far as an automatic red flag, like that's my next question. What is a automatic red flag? If this girl do this,
Pessimism. Straight up pessimism. Just have a closed mind. I can't do nothing with that. I can't do nothing with it at all. Because I'm so open-minded. I like to try new things. I like to go new places. Everything, you got a negative outlook on everything. It just drains me. Because I'm looking at you like I got to fix you.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be trying to fix people. You know what I'm saying?
What about you, Nick?
I like spending a lot of quality time with the person I'm with. And because I feel like I'm here to get to know you. I'm here to make memories. I don't like girls who, if you automatically assume because the last 3 boys did me like this, so I'm gonna just be prepared for you just to treat me like that. And I understand, but like you said, if you already close it off in your mind, if you already assumed a negative thought about me coming into this, then there's not gonna be a lot of positives going out because you're not working with me. I understand, like for me, I've been cheated on in the past. I'm not gonna say no girl has done me wrong before, but that doesn't stop me from when I try to look for somebody else that I have to keep a close mind or keep my wall up all the time. You have to at least get to know the person, see what they are for them. And don't be biased. Some people do put on a good front. I understand. That says all the character about them and nothing on you. But you have to try at first. I don't like it when girls don't give me the same effort I'm giving. And it takes time. So, I'm patient. I practice, take you out, actually get to know you genuinely, ask you questions about yourself, see how your schedule works, communicate. And if you can't, even at the slightest if you can't show me that you're willing to want to see if this can work, even if it doesn't, if you're not even trying to attempt to see where it works, gotta cut you off right there.
Yeah.
Now this is personal for me. Everybody don't think like this, but me, I just can't do big girls.
I didn't even think we was
I can't do big girls just because I'm a small guy. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
I ain't trying to suffocate. You know what I'm saying?
My God.
I like oxygen. I like the
I did not think he was going to say
I didn't think he was going to say that. But I ain't gonna lie. But there is somebody for everybody.
Everybody, I think necessarily everybody has a type.
Yeah.
There's some people that have types.
Everybody has their top preference.
Yeah, a preference. The preferences.
Me at HBCU, I love black women, hands down.
Right.
And I see beautiful black women every single day.
You gotta tell me up for that one.
I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, I ain't gonna lie. Her right there, you might have a daughter-in-law right there.
So my second to last question is, how do you help that friend that is in that toxic situation? They're with somebody toxic, but you don't want to overstep, but
I got this one right here.
Nick's
I got this one right here. You can't help somebody who doesn't want to save themselves.
Teach that.
You can only do so much for that person. Some people genuinely just have to learn the hard way. You hate it for them. And as your friend, when you see them fall, just support them.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to be in that position because, that friend, their mind is just so wired to that way is the only way they know. They don't know no better. And like you said, we're 19. I'm still a teenager. I don't know how to pay my taxes like that. I don't know 401k. I haven't gotten to that sense in my life yet. So for my friends at that age who are in that toxic relationship, I can only give them as much as advice as I can give them.
Yeah.
And whenever they need me, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell them, look, you were wrong.
Yeah.
You did this, and this wrong. I'm not here to beat you down. I'm gonna lay out what it was. These were the cons, but here are the pros. And we're gonna take those pros and we're gonna build as much as we can from that.
Yeah.
At a certain point, I'm not gonna be there for them. To be honest with you. I'm gonna be there for as much as I can, but at a certain point, I can't watch you hurt yourself.
Okay.
I can't watch that because it hurts me to see you hurt yourself. It's like being friends with a drug addict and you want to get them help, and they say, "Okay, I want to get some help," and but they keep going back to what you helped them from.
Yeah.
And after some point, I'm just like, I can't keep seeing you do this to yourself.
That's true.
And you just kind of have to leave them be. And I guess check on them every now and then. But yeah, what he said.
I'm not gonna let my friends slip through the cracks. And like you said, piggyback off. Eventually, I'm gonna stop giving you my advice.
Yeah.
And stop putting in so much. Stop. I gotta withdraw all that because you're not listening.
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna let you just slip through the cracks. As my friend, I'm not gonna want to see you fail. I care for you too much about that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's true. Like, you kind of gotta let the person just fall, and then you can, encourage them when they help them get back up versus girl, because I feel like nowadays when it comes to relationship, we don't know how to mind our business. We don't. Like, we like to be in other people's relationships. You're not dating them. They are. Let them go through that. You're not supposed to be in that. Like, I don't know. Like, I just rather, like, any with my friends that have relationships, that's their relationship. But if they tell me about it, I give them my advice. They don't learn. Hey, I helped you. I can't. You gotta learn. You gotta learn your own. But we just don't know how to mind our business. We just don't know how to, like, even like with the Chrisean Rock and Blueface situation. Everybody's talking about that. I don't care about that.
You don't know. You don't know what she's done for him, what he's done for her.
Yeah, like we can't. Even though it's a sad situation to see, but it's like it's not our relationship. Like, you know what I mean? So that's why I was asking that question. But my last question is having if a girl has a boy best friend, is that a red flag for y'all?
No. Let me say this. You say no. I say yes.
Okay.
You go first.
Yeah.
Because listen, unpopular opinion, I got a lot of those. I don't believe men and women can be friends.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Let me tell you why.
You go ahead, because I got my reason.
Let me tell you why. Because now I'm a spiritual man, right? And I know that God made man and woman to be inclined to one another. But I don't think by default you're supposed to be picturing or thinking about sex with your friends. When I'm around my homeboys, I'm not thinking about having sex with them.
Yeah.
When girls are around other girls, they typically aren't. Nowadays it's different, but they're typically not thinking about having sex with their friends. But even when a man and woman meet, no matter if they look good or not, the thought is always there in the back of the mind.
I can see that perspective.
And so if the thought is there, that means the possibility is there. There's no possibility of me having sex with my homeboy. It doesn't hold any purpose. You see what I'm saying? So I don't even consider the thought. But between man and woman, the thought is there. So I think if the thought is there and the possibility is there, you're jumping out of this friendship lane. I think men and women are supposed to come together for procreation and business. When you get into personal friendships, you can be cordial, but I don't think it ever gets to the point where you can call someone your friend because there's a girl or someone of the opposite sex your friend, because there's certain things you can't do with them that you can still do with your friends.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I can't change in front of my friend that's a girl because nature gets involved. My homeboys, they don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? So I think that there's something there that needs to be looked at. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion, though.
I can see it.
I've had a best friend. Me and her, we've been best friends since we were 5 years old. We've been through the same church. Our parents know each other. We've lived 15 minutes down the street from each other. Like, she's my sister. Like, I look out for her. She looks out for me. And never once have I made a move on her. Never once has she made a move on me. Never once have we been attracted to each other. Like, that's just not who we are. That's not, like, I feel like you can have platonic friendships. As long as they're healthy communication and as they're healthy boundaries. Like, I'm not gonna ever sit here and be like, yeah, like, she looks good. And there has been a couple times where I'd be like, the mind crossed, maybe what if? But at the end of the day, I'm like that's my best friend. Like she, just like my homeboy has came through for me, she has came through for me just like that. And just because she's a girl doesn't mean like, I have to be intimate or I have to have sex or everything has to be physical. No, like, we could be friends just because you're the opposite gender. Like, I tell my mom more information than anybody I know. And, even though she's my mom, she is a girl. Like, I couldn't have that conversation with my dad. I could, but the relationship I have with my mom is just so close. And same thing with my best friend that's a girl.
Yeah.
Like, just like, if she was my homeboy, like, I'm not saying like, she's basically my homeboy, but she's not my homeboy. But like, it doesn't make a difference to me. I don't see gender, because since our relationship is just so good, like, I've gotten past that.
Yeah.
And I understand that. But it's just, I've had friendships with girls that I've grown up with, but after we both matured, things begin to change.
Yeah.
And then
mindsets begin to change.
And then let that, and if that is what it is, then let that be what it is.
Yeah.
And I know like some people are really scared, like, oh, the friendship and everything, but like that ties back to the questions we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
If somehow like down the road y'all meet in the middle and y'all want to take steps forward and growing,
negotiate that.
I would let that run its course, because maybe it's natural. That could be the best thing that happened to you. You grow up with your best friend, you end up marrying that person, and y'all live happily ever after.
Yeah.
Or let's say you end up liking that person, it doesn't work out. And y'all may not be the type of friends y'all were ever again, but you know that, okay, this didn't work out, but like you didn't lose your best friend. That will always be your friend for the rest of your life. You just have to have boundaries and communication, just so y'all know like everything's on the same page.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll take it back then, in a small sense, because I think that if men and women can be friends, I think they're inching closer to the relationship line.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can see that. Yeah.
That, I guess that's my perspective. They're inching closer to that, because in a professional setting, I don't have to like you.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to be friends at all. I just need to we got to get our business done.
Mm-hmm.
But when I get to the point, I say, oh, she's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm entering what we would call a friendship, but I wouldn't call it that. But most people would call it a friendship. Because I understand, I meet girls here and we're cordial, and they call it a friendship. I'm not against it. I say, oh, you can call it a friend. I just don't use that word. It means a lot to me to say someone's my friend, because that's like family. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I just say associate, but I think inching towards that, closer to that relationship line, is what I mean.
And for all the people out there, just because your best friend look good does not mean y'all need to be intimate with them.
Facts.
Just be friends. I promise.
Facts.
I promise it will be okay. It's not that deep. Y'all can be cool.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that concludes me for my last question. It was a pleasure having you guys to talk about deep affections. Thank you guys for coming as well. Thank you, especially DX.
And before you finish, I just want to say one thing. And this is the name of it was
Deep Affections.
From a single perspective.
Yeah.
For all my single people out there, I just want to say this, man. Being alone is a skill. Yeah. That most people never get to master. And they abuse themselves with relationships because they're afraid to be alone. And that's something I've been dealing with, is learning how to be alone, because it's going to be important. And one thing I heard from a wise woman, she said, at some point, everybody's going to be alone in their life, whether that's at the beginning of their life, in the middle, or in the end. Mm-hmm. You choose and decide. You spend all your life in your youth with people. You never learn how to be with yourself or learn of yourself. You may die alone or not have a relationship later in life. Mm-hmm. But if you spend time in the beginning, say, learning yourself, improving your qualities, you may die happily ever after. Mm-hmm. You have an element of control over that. So don't be afraid to sit with yourself.
That's good. I like that. He's good.
I want to piggyback. I know that was so good. I had to piggyback.
No, go ahead.
I had to piggyback. This is my last thing. I'm gonna wrap my up last thing. Like he said, being alone. When you're alone, this is all the time that you're putting into yourself. This is where you get your mental right. This is where you get your physical right. This is where you get your finances right. This is where you get your life right. Because I promise you, when you have all that you need to have, the person that you're looking for is going to be on the same level you are. Absolutely. And I'm not saying like you have to go to them or they're going to come to you.
It'll happen when it happens.
It happens when it happens. So when the opportunity presents itself, like I'm saying, just seize it. Whether they come to you, you go to them. This is a time for you. So this is where you should put all your resources into yourself, to bettering yourself. Not being selfish. Don't be mean to nobody. Don't feel like you're above nobody. You're just bettering. You're better today than you were yesterday, and you want to be better tomorrow than you are today.
Period.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I like that, man.
Prepare yourself. I mean, a lot of people, don't nobody like being, I am really struggling right now, just being single. But it's because we long for human interaction and human connection.
That's true.
But we don't want to waste our time at the same time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just, for those that want to be married, just prepare yourself. I do believe in perfection. A lot of people say no one's perfect. I think you can get there. I think it's possible if you eliminate as many flaws as you can. I think perfection is subjective. Mm-hmm. Because if you look up on Google, what is the definition? Everybody listening, look up the definition of perfect. And what you will see is it says, as close to a condition as possible to be. Not impossible to be. So whatever that condition is in your mind, if you can reach it, you've reached your perfection. And mine is being compatible with my wife. That's perfection. So work on yourself, man.
Yeah. You have anything else you want to say?
That was it.
No. Well, thank you guys for coming. Remember, guys, stay blessed, no stress, and always be here. We'll be pushing out content soon. More content will be. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode from these gentlemen. They dropped some gems for you guys. Yeah, it was great having you guys. Thank you guys for coming.